Okay, welcome back. We can move to the part 2 session. Okay, part 2 session. I'm now uploading the part 1 session. We will receive in a few minutes. Now we can move to the part 2 question. Okay, now read what is the part 2 question? What are the respective voltages? What are the respective voltages across? What are the respective voltages across each bulb? What is the question? Very simple question. Uh, we have already discussed about it recording. Okay, recording. According to the question, because of this data, the light bulb is assumed to be a pure resistor. We can consider the light bulb as resistor. Therefore, we can draw the diagram as, where is the diagram? Okay, well, we can draw the diagram as we can substitute resistor instead of bulb. We can substitute resistor. Okay. Now 240 volt is the input voltage. R1 is equal to, we have already find that R1 is equal to, what is R1? 240 ohm. 240 ohm R1. R2. R2 is equal to, what is R2? 70 ohm. We have already find this, okay, in first video. Now, we have, what is the question? Question is, what are the respective voltages across each valve? Simply, they are asking about what is the voltage across R1? That is V1. We assume that V1. What is the voltage across R2? That is V2. Okay. Now we are going to find V1 and V2. Here there are two methods to find this. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about method one. Okay. This is also easy method because first method is by finding the voltage without finding the current with, finding the voltage according to our data, calculated data. We don't need to find anything newly. We don't need to find anything. That is method one. Okay. Here we have to use the rule, that is voltage divider rule. There is a rule, that is voltage divider rule. Yes, voltage divider rule. Sorry, voltage divider rule. What is voltage divider rule? Voltage divider rule. Voltage divider rule. For example, there are two resistors. Okay, this is R1, this is R2. The voltage across R1 and R2, that is total voltage, input voltage V1. Okay, V1. Uh, okay, V1. It is enough. The Now we have to find V1. What is the voltage across R1 and what is the voltage across R2? How to find it? Don't V1. This input voltage is V. Okay, V. Voltage across R1 is V1. Voltage across R2 is equal to V2. Okay. Now V1 is equal to, how to, this is the voltage divider rule. Now we are discussing about voltage divider rule. Okay. It is R1 plus R2. This is the equation. Okay. Into, I will explain. Please wait. Okay. We can modify easily like that. V1 is equal to the voltage across R1 plus R2. The voltage across R1 plus R2 is equal to V. Then what is the voltage across R1? This is the voltage variable. The voltage across R1 plus R2 is V. The voltage across R1 plus R2 is V. Then what is the voltage across R1? This we already discussed in our school time. In school time you you might study about this. If the voltage across R1 plus 2 R1, if the voltage across R1 plus R2 is V, what is the voltage across R1? That is the voltage across 2. The V1 is equal to R1 R1 divided by R1 plus 2 into V. That is the voltage divider rule. What is, how to find V2? Same. The voltage across R1 plus R2. The Please bracket, okay? Please put bracket. It is very it is it will be beautiful and perfect method. The voltage across R1 plus R2 is what is V. The voltage across R1 plus R2 is V. Then what is the voltage across R2? Here R2. If the voltage across R1 plus R2 is V, what is the voltage across R2? That is the voltage divider rule. Okay. Now, if we go to our equation, our diagram, according to the voltage, please write. Okay. Please write like that. Using please write in the exam. Okay. Using the voltage divider rule. Divider rule. Voltage divider rule. Divide the rule. Using the voltage divider rule, V1 is equal to, what is V1 is equal to what is R total. So we use it simply. Okay. Now using the voltage divider rule, voltage across R1 plus R2 is V. The voltage across R1 plus R2 is V. Then what is the voltage across R1? I think you will sometimes it may be English the tick. Okay. No. Now the voltage across R1 plus R2 is V. Then what is the voltage across R1? This is the voltage across voltage divider rule. Therefore, V1 is equal to what is R1 plus R2 total R1 plus R2. That is R1 plus R2 240 ohm plus 240 ohm. 240 ohm plus 72 ohm. What is the input voltage? That is 240 volt total voltage. This total resistance, this total voltage. What is R1? R1 is equal to 240 ohm. 240 ohm. If you calculate, finally you will get V1 is equal to approximately V1 is equal to do okay 240 into okay correct. Okay. 240 plus 70 to 312. If you find, finally you will get V1 is approximately equal to 184 184 184.62 volt. Approximately V1 is equal to 184.62 ohm. Then what is how to find V2? The same method. The what is V2? Same method. Using the voltage divider rule. Don't write again and again this. Okay. Using the voltage divider rule. Now V2 is equal to the voltage across R1 plus R2. If the voltage across R1 plus R2 is R1 plus R2 is V, what is the voltage across R2? This is the voltage divider rule. Okay. There is equation like that. Uh, Vx is equal to someone may some students memorize this equation. Vx is equal to V source into Rx by R total. There is the R total. Okay. Some students memorize this equation for voltage divided rule. But I mostly I don't like to memorize everything. Therefore, don't memorize. Sometimes you will confused in exam. This is the equation. Vx is equal to V source into Rx. This Rx by R total. That is also same here. Uh, they are memorizing here. V source into this the voltage across Rx. This voltage. This the resistor of Rx. This the total resistor. Total resistance. V source is input total voltage. Okay. That is the thing. But we put V here according to the question. If the voltage across R1 plus R2 is V, what is the voltage across R2? If the voltage across R1 plus R2 is V, what is the voltage across R2? Therefore, what is the R total? 120 volt. Yes, yes. R total will be 312 ohm, which is what is 240 ohm. R1 is 240 ohm, R2 is 72 ohm. Therefore, R total is 312 ohm. What is the total voltage? Total input voltage, that is 240 volt. 240. 240 volt into R2. What is R2? R2 is 72 ohm. If the voltage across 312 ohm is, if the voltage across 312 ohm resistance is 240 volt, what is the voltage across 72 ohm? That is the voltage divider rule. Therefore, V2 is equal to, if you calculate this equation, finally you will get the answer for V2 will be, V2 is approximately equal to 55.38 ohm. Approximately V2 will be 55.38, sorry, volt. Okay, voltage no, 55.38 volt. Okay, there is some error in my notes. Okay, 55.38 volt. That is now that is that other question. Voltage across V1 is approximately 100 and sorry, volt no. V1 is approximately equal to 184.62 volt. V2 is approximately equal to 55.38 volt. Okay, this is the method one. Now we are going to check the question. What are the respective voltages across each bulb? We have find what is V1, V2. That are the respective voltage across each bulb. Okay. Then you finally, if you want, you can write that the voltage across first bulb, which is 60 watt 120 volt is 60 watt 120 volt is, what is the V1 across V1 is 184.62 volt. Voltage across 200 watt, comma 120 volt bulb is V2. That is V2. V2 is approximately equal to 555.38 volt. That is the answer. Now we can find in third method, second method. That is also easy. If you don't understand because some students are confused in, some students don't understand the voltage divider rule. That time we can use this simple equation. Okay, it's a simple method. Method two is also simple. Here we have to find I input current. That is the thing. Okay, I think mostly I also use this equation because I like this method too. Okay, it is also easy. Okay, okay. Now input voltage is 240 volt. Input voltage is 240 volt. R1 is equal to 240 ohm. 240 ohm. R2 is equal to R1 240 ohm. Okay, so R2 is equal to 72 ohm. 72 ohm. Input voltage 240 volt. Okay. Now, third method is, what is I? The I is this, the current through this circuit. That is current I. Only the current through R1 is the current through R1 resistor is also I1. The current through the R2 is also I, because series connection. Okay, someone confused that I1 I2. No, the same current. Mostly all people know this. Okay, someone get wrong uh, in this place. The same for resistor, same current. Therefore, V is equal to IR. We use this Ohm's equation. Okay, Ohm's law. Using Ohm's law, please write. If you please write this. Okay, using Ohm's law. In this, don't only write the final answer only. Okay, please write also using Ohm's law. Using Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. Here I this could IR. Here I have to find the input current. Input current. Okay. Therefore, V input. V input is equal to I into R total. Okay. V input. What is it? V input 240 volt. I what is I? That is we have to find I. R total. R total will be 240 ohm plus 72 ohm, which is equal to R total 312 ohm. If you sum them, you will finally get 312 ohm. Therefore, I is equal to 240 ohm. 240 volt divided by 312 ohm. Therefore, the final answer I input will be I is equal to what is I? 10 by 3 ohm. 10 by 13. 10 by 13 10 ampere which is approximately equal to 0.769 0.769 ampere. I is equal to this is the exact equation 10 by 13. It's approximately because it will go continuously. Therefore 0.6769 ampere. This is the I input current. Now it is easy. Now using the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. V1 is equal to I into R1. What is voltage across V1? Voltage across R1. What is I? 10 by 13 ampere or 0.69 ampere. But here, please use this equation. Mostly I use this equation because I is exactly equal to 10 by 13. I is exactly equal to 10 by 13, but I is approximately equal to 0.69769 ampere. Therefore, if you use this 10 by 13, you will get a very accurate answer. If you substitute this also, you will get accurate answer. But this will be very accurate. Okay, that is why I use 10 by 13. 10 by 13 ampere. 10 by 13 ampere into what is R1? R1 is 240 ohm. 240 ohm. Okay. Now the voltage across R1 will be V1. What is V1? 184 184.62 volt. Okay, same answer. Then now we have to find V2. That is same equation, very simple. V is equal to IR. V2 is equal to I into R2. I is 10 by 13. 10 by 13. Yes, yes. 10 by 13 ampere into what is R2? 72. Oh, yes. 72 ohm. Therefore, V2 is equal to 50 approximately. V2 is approximately equal to 55.38 volt. This is the method 2. If you don't understand if you don't understand or if you are confused, if you get any confusion in first method, the voltage divider method, you can simply have a O level grade 9 grade 10 equation V is equal to ER, which is enough to find the answer. Who second to don't need to uh, if you don't understand the voltage divider rule, you simply use this equation method 2. Okay, just we have to find I and here we have to find I. Then we can quickly substitute in the Ohm's equation, which is V is equal to IR. Okay. Now we have finished the first question. In next video we can discuss about question 2. Okay. Bye.